ask him about his best time when he joins us later.
All right, here we go. On to round 1 of the Golden Upgrade Cog.
Yes, exciting.
All right, so we have 2 people who have not been on the main screen right off the bat here, LF and Yuganon.
Yeah.
Run by Brother Main, whose time, I think, is the time to beat to get into the top 4 at 31 minutes for the any percent qualifier.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then Kile, who really pulled out a very, I want to say, if I'm remembering correctly, a very impressive Rosie fight.
That's true, yeah.
Well, Kile has been replaced by Barramundo.
Yeah, and we have Sof on the right.
And Zoff and Devil Tifa up here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So far, pretty standard start to what would normally be an any percent run, which is just get into the Temple of Guidance upper portion as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, this is no surprise. I think they're going for the sprint hydraulics for sure.
Yeah, and they may potentially get the upgrade cog that is typically avoided in any percent, but it looks like they're avoiding that one simply because they don't have a good enough pickaxe, maybe? Oh no, they're going for it.
Yeah.
Any percent typically skips this one because the pickaxe takes too long to dig through those 3 hit blocks.
Exactly, and it's out of the way, so as you said, it takes too long.
I still get it, but then again, my best time is still over an hour, so, you know, we'll just say that.
Oh, and Devil Tifa and Barramundo are they're almost exactly in sync. That's cool.
Yeah, any game with a grappling hook is good. So you got like Metroid, you've got Silverhook, you got this. There's another one that I'm forgetting, I'm sure, that came out somewhat recently.
Yeah.
Alright, so Barramundo perfectly pulls off the first sequence break there to get up here.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, he nails the second one to get straight into the lower portion of the Temple of Guidance.
Very nice. That's a hard jump to make. I have not perfected that. It looks so easy.
For reference, Zoff is still having trouble with it, and he's the record holder. So, like, it's not an easy... It's the hardest trick to do, I think, other than the Rosie phase skips.
Exactly. Yeah, Barramundo's already heading into Euro. That's cool.
So here we are now. Everyone is in Yarrow, the portion of the game that really, in my opinion, is the late game. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, you would not encounter this normally this early in the game, for sure.
You do venture through Yarrow at that certain portion there relatively early, but you don't come back until much later once you have the game's intended upgrades for you to have at that point, which would be the hook shot and the jetpack.
That's true. And also now you saw that a lot of the players on screen, they self-destructed, which is actually faster than just traveling by the tubes to town. So
we can't even get to town yet because we haven't gone to the town. So in order to get back to town, they have to self-destruct because they sequence broke out of the first dungeon.
That's true. That's how you do it.
And that should be coming up soon. Oh, we're getting this little side secret upgrade here.
Wow, look at Barramundo and Devil Tifa again, basically in the same time. It's amazing.
Yeah, we are synced at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
So normally in SteamWorld Dig 1 and Dig 2, you get a little mini-map, but because of the sequence break earlier in the Temple of Guidance, we do not unlock the mini-map, which also unlocks your companion, who is the first boss.
Yeah.
So we won't have a mini-map for the entirety of the run.
And and because of the sequence, because of breaking the game, also you can see on Soft's screen now, all the townspeople are sort of standing in a crowd like they would normally do when you first enter town. But since everyone broke the game, it's stuck in that position until you. What part is it? You have to fast travel back, and then it's back to normal.
You just have to return to town, and it flags you at.
Yeah. So this was normally, where everyone is now would normally be the first part of the game.
Which is funny because I completely missed this dungeon on my first playthrough because it's off to the right. I got down to Red Rock Canyon first, and then I was like, I can't progress, so I better go back.
Nice. Yeah.
Because you need the steam grenade, or not the grenade, the pressure bomb.
Yes.
In order to break distant tiles, which allows you to progress through Red Rock Canyon.
That's true.
I'm interested to see what cog mods they are deeming as worthy for this run, and which ones to just ignore.
Exactly. Yeah, so far I can tell that Bermundo has 3, but can you see the other ones? They're sort of...
I think we may be at 4 max right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
We will be, they will be purchasing some cogs from town, because they're relatively inexpensive to start.
Yeah, because they get more expensive the more you buy. What's that called?
Oh yeah, Castlevania, also similar, you know, part of the Metroidvania theme.
Right.
He has a whip, which you can use on grapple hooks, so
right.
I guess that counts.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Indiana Jones Super Nintendo game also had the ability to use the whip as a grappling hook, too.
Right.
So now here we are getting into the jackhammer. I keep wanting to call it the drill dungeon, but it's the jackhammer dungeon.
Yes.
Which, getting the jackhammer allows the players to break blocks that normally the pickaxe wouldn't be able to get through.
Exactly. But it takes a little bit of time winding up, and then you're good to go, basically. But that's you can use some of the cog mods to sort of modify that.
Yeah, if we had player audio on, you would notice that most of them will simply keep holding down their jackhammer button when they need it to dig through stuff, but they're not near stuff because they don't want that wind down time to start. They want it to be fully wound up the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bermundo got the jackhammer. Full speed ahead.
As you can see, the jackhammer just melts through those brick blocks, and it's a pretty integral part of the run. It is possible to skip the jackhammer in the any % route, but it is, in practice, significantly slower.
Yeah. Nice. So it seems like... Yeah, so stuff's still in Yarrow, but the others are in Arkea.
Zoff may be going for more valuable ore, potentially.
Yeah.
Or he's just fast traveling.
Exactly, I'm wondering what he's up to. Interesting.
So this is a bit of a time investment here on this cog here on Brother Main and Devil Tifa's screen, and also Barramundo now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they have to wait for...
And it involves a precise jump, too, here in order to get to it. But with double jump anywhere, or I keep forgetting the name of it. So we initially had a name for it, and I'm struggling to draw a name for it. But getting up to there is not a problem. Normally, without having 2 keys bound for it, that jump is very precise.
Yeah. Normally, you would have the hook shot by here, right?
I think they intend for you to come back after you have the hookshot or the jetpack.
Exactly. So at least it would make it a lot easier because you could hookshot through to the ceiling and stuff.
The hookshot gives you a lot of liberties to take.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, 11 minutes to go.
Oh, and someone discovering they don't have enough water to get that azurite.
Exactly. Also, Devil Tifa just went into the oasis.
Beru and Devil are synced right now as far as the oasis.
Yeah, wow, look at that. I even made a jump at the same time. Nice.
Brother opting to go straight for the cog and the hook shot, whereas Devil's headed to town to sell first, I believe.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if anyone buys the cog up in the town, because you can also buy, like we said before, you can buy cogs from one of the traders in town. But so far, I didn't see anyone do that yet.
They're probably waiting until they have all of the ore-related upgrades they want. And Brother Main pulling off that really tight hookshot jump.
Nice.
Don't ask me how it works. It's witchcraft. It's black magic.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you can even reduce fall damage with the hookshot. It's actually, it's very useful once you get it.
Also, it's much faster to use the jackhammer to break through upgrade cog boxes. It only takes one punch, like One Punch Man.
And we take with the initial pickaxe, it takes at least 3. Do you know how many it takes? Like 3
Yeah, it's three pickaxe hits, no matter or 2 if you have the ignition axe, which is unfortunately skipped in on any percent, and most likely the cog route as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Nice.
So here players are taking the secret entrance, which is supposed to be a secret exit from the temple to Archaea. But if you know where it is, you can use it as an entrance to the Temple of the Destroyer.
Nice.
This skips roughly half of the Temple of the Destroyer. Roughly half. Because you don't have to go across the Windy Plains, you don't have to go through the first portion of the Temple of the Destroyer, which is a whole lot of enemies and lava.
Yeah.
Not as much lava as the second half, but you don't have enough upgrades to get the lava immunity at that point, at least with how bare bones we're going in these runs.
Exactly. And if you paid attention to Veramondo's screen just like a couple of seconds ago, he actually used the hook shot. Instead of just falling down, he used the hook shot to draw himself downwards as well. And that's also very clever, because it's faster than just falling.
And a little Easter egg where Devil Tifa is the exact layout of the first room that you're in SteamWorld Dig 1.
Nice.
Where Rusty crashes into the mine and meets Dorothy, and she tells him, hey, there's a switch down there, you should go get that.
Sweet.
Yes, any cogs spent are deducted from the total, but you can unequip them. So cogs are not permanently spent. Interesting routing over on Devil Tifa's side. I think he got all the cogs he wanted out of the first generator area.
Right.
And now he's going for the easy cogs in the Western Desert.
Yeah, seems like it.
Oh, and also the Temple of Guidance ones too. Nice. It's been so long since I've seen anybody get these that I always forget that they're there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see.
And Brother's going for the easy couple cogs over here on the left-hand side of the exit to the Temple of Guidance, the first one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I say easy because they're easy to get, not necessarily because they cost the least amount of time.
Exactly, that's true. So Devil Tifa and Veramondo are both in the West Desert, right?
Brother May showing off a little bit of El Machino hook jumping, which can get you through town and into the Windy Plains real fast.
Nice.
If you line it up right, you can hook jump across the entirety of the Windy Plains.
So, wow, I feel like it's so much happening right now. Everyone's in a different, almost, or Devil Tifa and Brother Main are.
Yeah, Zoth is where Devil Tifa was, so
yeah.
They're all in the Windy Desert now because there's about, I think, 3 or 4 cogs available there.
Yep. I think you're right.
But you need the jackhammer to get access to all of them.
Yeah.
Here they're using the hook jump to great effect to kind of decrease the penalty of the wind blowing in your face. Because you get a lot of momentum by doing it.
Yeah, that's a real pain. The wind. The first time you play this game, it's very hard to get past this part.
Especially with the conveniently placed cacti, just getting you pushed back into them.
Yep. Sure. Let's see.
We're down to 5 minutes now.
Oh wow, interesting. So just by looking in the upper right corners, I can see that Bermudo now has 17 unequipped cogs, and same for Brother Main.
Yeah, I get the feeling that we are at the maximum number of cog mods that they are going to be installing, at least for now anyway. Maybe once they get deeper into the Temple of the Destroyer, they'll equip more.
Exactly. Oh, nice save by Soph.
Yo, Joko, real stuff. Yes, there's a sequel.
Yeah.
This game launched originally on the Switch. It is available on the Switch, PS4, PC, Mac, and Linux through Steam, and Paulina, can you refresh my memory as to whether there's an Xbox One version?
No, not yet. Nothing confirmed so far. But as you said, those other platforms, it's a go. So it's you can get the game on Switch, PS4, and on your Steam for PC, Linux, or Mac.
Funny seeing Bermondo using the hookshot to get around instead of the double jump in that one dungeon. I'm assuming that he's been practicing with his hookshot to make it faster.
Yes. That's really nice.
Now you see Zoff, he just did a super hook jump across a large portion of the Windy Plains. It's always hilarious to watch that.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, oh, we're down to 3 minutes.
And because they've spent different cogs on different cog mods, it's a little difficult to tell who is actually in the lead at the moment.
Exactly. We need to see if they spend some money up in town, or if they just have different amount of cogs to unequip once they're, because we're sort of expecting everyone to return to town before the time is up. But they don't have to be in town when the time's up,
and
right?
Zoff just hook jumped straight through the worst portion of the Windy Plains.
Sweet.
Oh, that's a strategy I never saw on Barramondo's, where he just fit himself through the gaps to get to the cog. Instead of the game's intended route of going all the way back to the left and then coming back across to the right.
Sweet. Yeah.
Alright, 2-minute warning coming up.
Ooh. And Soft's back by the Temple of the Destroyer. Oh.
And not only is the hookshot good for getting you places, it can also destroy cacti and certain enemies.
Yep.
It can also redirect projectiles, or rather, it can redirect people throwing projectiles that use those projectiles go a different direction.
Barry is starting to buy cogs here now by Trader Carson.
Alright, looks like he's taking that 2-minute warning seriously.
Yeah, sweet.
We should be seeing Brother, Tifa, and Zoff start that soon.
Yeah.
Although they're probably waiting about a minute before they do that.
Yeah. I think Burrow, yeah, that he might have been a little bit too quick there.
If anything, he got his menuing out of the way early.
That's true. Yeah, this will be really interesting. So Brother Wayne also trading with Trader Carson.
Yeah, Tifa saw the writing on the clock and was like, okay. Looks like Tifa's gonna try to grab one last cog from, this puzzle here, huh?
Wow, yeah. Oh, wow, yeah.
This is a long one. because you got to rely on this bug to get through some gates.
Yeah, and it's not so fast. Let's see. Oh, but he will get it. Nice.
All right.
20 seconds to go.
May as well self-destruct now. Just get back to town, unequip.
Yeah.
And it looks like Beru is doing the self-destruct and unequip now.
Nice.
Zoff is buying. Hopefully he can unequip, and Brother appears to have called it already.
Yeah, playing it safe. Oh, time's up.
Alright, time is up.
Still buying.
We might need to get a judge call, a line judge on Zoff's final purchases there.
Yeah,
well, we have 32 cogs for Barramundo.
Very nice, 28.
28 on Zoff. Maybe 27.
31.
31 on Tifa.
Nice, good game.
And 32 on Brother, tied for the top.
Yeah, for sure.
Although we don't know what happened off screen, we may have some off screen participants who have the same or more.
Exactly, that's what happened last time, right? We had some.
Yeah, I think there were 2 times on the off screen ones that were higher or better than the ones that were on, but you know that happens.
Exactly. Yep.
Especially people have been putting a lot of work into this 20-minute round.
Yeah. Yeah.
To answer, there is a limited amount of cogs in the game. I believe it is 64.
Sounds about right.
64 or 68. I don't think it's a reference to anything. They just were like, yeah, this is enough. You have enough to get a bunch of upgrades, but not all of them from the cog mod menu.
Yeah.
Similarly, there's a limited number of artifacts in the game at 42. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, 43 if you count the secret one at the end of the game.
Cool. You're good at remembering the numbers, so that's cool.
I like collectathons, at least the first time.
Nice.
Alright, so right now all the runners are submitting their cog totals to the Ultimate Decathlon. Oh, there we are.
Look at
so
that.
We have Brother Main and Barramundo tied at 32, Devil Tifa and Guivagain at 31. And then we have 2 off-screen players at 30 and 28, Mr. Kartoprum and Yupala.
Exactly. Then we have
Zoff
some
tied for 6.
28, yeah. Kilai.
Yeah.
23, yeah.
Oh, I'm already forgetting the pronunciation. Do you remember?
Le Chamut, perhaps?
La Chamot. Yeah, there we go. We specifically asked a French speaker for help with that pronunciation before the stream, because we were botching it so much last time.
Yeah. French is hard. That's why we try to speak English instead.
So yeah, that was just the first round. We do have the any percent run coming up shortly. The first round is more or less a fun run, also with a qualification score attached to it. So yeah, there we see Brother Main, 4th place, 31:48. That is the time to beat.
Yep.
If you can surpass 31:48 and not get past yourself, you are in the top 4 for the finals round in France.
Yeah. This is so impressive. When at first the guys in the team, they didn't think you could do this below the hour. That was like the talk of the office was like, no one's gonna do like maybe an hour. But less than that, it's not possible. And now this.
They also said that about SteamWorld Dig 1 until I showed up on their Facebook feed.
Sweet.
I was like, hey guys, I found something cool about your game. And they're like, how did you do that?
Exactly.
And from there, it's history. I mean, I think the developers are probably the worst judge about how fast their game can be run, because they don't want to believe that someone can just take it and break it.
Exactly.
Although maybe they need a larger player base for their testing. Reach out to us ahead of time.
That's actually not a bad idea. That would be good, I think. So maybe future projects, yeah.
SteamWorld Dig 1 was originally supposed to be very similar to SteamWorld Dig 2. They showed me, Julius showed me at PAX 2018, the demo for SteamWorld Dig 1, where instead of wall jumping and wall sliding, you had a hook shot.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, they did. They put a lot of stuff that they actually wanted to put in the original game. There was different reasons for, not implementing it at that time. But now, when the sequel is out, a lot of people got to put like a lot of stuff in there that they wanted from the start. So that's why this game is actually, bigger, better, and just more of everything.
Or as Julius put it, digger and better.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had such a dry chuckle when he said that to me. I was like, I feel bad for laughing at this, but I'll give it to him.
Yep. But that's the humor we have in Göteborg.
How does that sound in Swedish, by the way? Is it the same kind of punny aftertaste to it?
Yeah. It's you laugh because it is a bit funny, but then it's sort of like this. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if there's a word in English, but it's like this grandpa sort of humor. That's
a dad joke.
Yes, that's it, I think. And we're sort of famous for that in Gothenburg, where the studio is located. So, and Julius and Brian for sure have a lot of, those puns at the office.
Oh, yes, he does. Brian has a lot of those jokes. I spent a considerable amount of time with him here when we were doing the Steampunk World's Fair. And at the end of it, I think we exchanged some good, bad jokes.
Sounds about right. So dad jokes, that would be the translation, I guess.
Yeah, they're usually just like really bad puns or very bad plays on word, like, hey dad, hey kids, there's a pod of cows over there. And they're like, Dad, it's a herd of cows. Herd of cows? Yeah, there's a whole pod of them right over there.
Yep, that's that sounds like something they would say, both Julius and Brian, for sure. So everyone in the studio is named Glenn. Well, that's... do you understand that reference, Soup?
Absolutely not.
No, because Gothenburg, where the city where the studio is located, it's like I don't know if it's a Swedish joke, I think, that everyone's named Glenn. But it's not true, but yeah, it's just...
All right. So we've got the 80% round coming up. Not to distract from the explanation of the joke, but I'm of the mindset that if you have to explain a joke, it kills it.
Ooh. Almost starting.
We should see some good stuff from Weave Again. He's been putting a lot of practice into this.
Sweet.
All right, here we go.
Countdown.
All right, so those of you just joining us for the first time here in round 3, a few things about the rule set for any percent. We start the game in normal difficulty. There's very few differences between normal and easy. It's just for standardization to have it in normal difficulty. We go by in-game time regularly, so that it eliminates any kind of hardware performance factors from it.
Yep.
In-game time also removes cutscene and load screens and menu timing, so it's good for segmented runs because it gives you an actual amount of time that you've spent actually playing the game, as long as you remember to press pause.
Exactly. Very nice. You can already see that these are seasoned speedrunners because they're jumping across the desert instead of just doing the normal running or walking, because it's faster.
Yeah, before you get the sprint hydraulics, jumping is, like in SteamWorld Dig 1, what we assumed to be true is actually true in Dig 2 to be faster.
Exactly.
It just felt faster in Dig 1. I don't think we actually crunched the numbers for it, simply because it may have just been a matter of a couple frames, but here it's a significant number of frames.
Yeah. Yeah, so everyone's going for the sprint hydraulics, which makes sense. Cause
Yeah,
you just
the go
wanna
fast button.
Exactly. Almost in sync. Nice.
Also, for those of you just joining us here, some of the other mechanics that are allowed and disallowed for the any percent run. Allowed, since the game permits it, and in the key binding section, you can bind two keys to the same action, which is how we perform the major logic break here of escaping the upper half of the Temple of Guidance by having two buttons bound to jump. If you press them within quick succession, you perform what is known as essentially a double jump, anywhere.
Exactly, but it's still a bit tricky though. A lot of the jumps they do, it looks easy because they've been practicing so much, but it's still a lot of training behind those jumps. Yeah,
especially the first one to get out of the top half of the Temple of Guidance. It's the most difficult double jump because you have so little room to do it in. You have to do it off of water.
Exactly, yeah, it's a pain in the pain. Yeah. So Brother Main.
It's not as strong as Rusty's double jump, the static dash, but the way that the game was designed, it's perfectly suitable to get you through places that you need to get to early.
Exactly.
Besides, we got something better than the static dash later in the game, the hook shot.
Yeah, that's a favorite for sure.
The first time I got the hook shot, I realized that this game was going to be fun, simply because it not only gives you a lot of control over your up, down, left, and right directional input, but as we later discovered, it gives you a lot of velocity on your jumps if you can time it right.
Exactly. Oh, look at Burrow struggling with that jump we spoke of before. There you go. Good job.
Yeah, it's a killer. It's a run killer. Like, that's the first run killer you're going to encounter. Is that jump right there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Brother Main is actually where you would start if you played the game normally. This would be in the beginning.
Yeah, just entering the mines. In order to get through those doors there, you have to have the lamp upgrade, which also unlocks all the other upgrades. So you cannot purchase any other upgrades until you have the first lamp upgrade, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It is. And it costs $6, I think. So it's not that expensive, but you still have to, plan ahead a little bit and collect some gold.
And because of the way you drop ore when you die, they have to collect a certain amount of ore so that the most expensive of the ore remains in their bag when they self-destruct, and the less expensive stuff disappears.
Very smart. Yeah.
I don't know if it's confirmed or not. It may be random what you drop.
I don't know.
But I get the feeling that self-destructing costs you more than being killed by an enemy.
Yeah, I think it's at least in the beginning, before you have any cogs or anything, it's definitely more, you get more punished than just getting killed normally if you self-destruct.
Yeah, because there is a cog mod that reduces the penalty for dying, but I think it's something from like 60% down to 40%, so it's not really a super useful cog mod. But if you're prone to dying, it's great. Like if you're prone to dying in these types of games, that is the mod for you.
Yes.
I remember I had to farm blood gems my first playthrough because I died a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that it wasn't like Dig 1 where you just dropped your bag contents onto the ground. Like, you straight up died.
Right.
Oh, and Brother Main getting that really tricky timing on the rock drop there through the doors.
Nice. I was looking at Bermundo. Yeah, that's a tricky
one. Double Tifa went the safe route and just did it the intended way.
Very nice.
Beru is a legend. He helped the SteamWorld Dig 1 community get the time down, in addition to CDB Nesblog and Twino and the entire French community at large.
Very nice. Yeah, brother got the jackhammer.
Oh, and can't forget Reno with that disgusting, like, I think it was like 22-minute time for Dig 1.
That's insane. Yeah, the jackhammer, as you might have heard us say before, it takes a little bit of time to wind up. So you would almost see everyone just keep it, how do you say, keep it activated, so they don't have to wait for that wind up time again when using it.
And brother is just getting to Oasis now, which means he's going to be getting his game breaker, the hook shot.
Sweet.
Or as I've been coming to call it in my mind, the strong shot, because it's so
The
strong.
strong shot. Yeah.
Doing a little selling first, because there is some relatively worthwhile ore to get in the hookshot dungeon.
For sure.
Especially if you have your hook jumping down, you can get up there in almost no time.
Yep.
And not have to deal with taking out the cactuses that block it.
See, good job, Brother Main. Yeah. Level Tifa almost there too.
Alright, we are coming up on 8 minutes in, which means that we are about a third of the way through the any percent run.
Already. Yay! Now we see some totally different gameplay here with the hook shot. Nice.
Brother expertly avoiding those cacti and getting the valuable ore up top.
So nice.
Yeah, who uses sticks of dynamite for hair curlers? Apparently shiners do.
Nice. Oh, that's a good jump by Brother Main. And you can even use the hook shot to, how do you say, to reduce or even take away fall damage. So they will use it even when going downwards.
Looks like everybody's pulling off that Temple of Guidance hook jump pretty successfully there.
Very nice. It looks so easy. Sweet.
And we're going to be coming up on the first generator here. 1 of 3 required to open up Rosie's boss door. There are 4 in the game, but the 4th one actually breaking it would break your any percent run, because then you would be forced to do Vectron.
Yeah, and that would take a lot of more time, so that wouldn't.
Vectron takes a lot of time to do, because you got to get down to it, and then you have to do it, and you don't have nearly as many movement options once you're in there, because the ceiling is so high up.
Exactly. Nice. Bravondo is getting the hook shot, but he's
they're using the hook shot to great effect there.
Yeah, Bravondo has fallen behind.
Yeah, he was having some difficulty with that first Temple of Guidance water jump.
Yeah, exactly.
So that cost him a significant amount of time, because, like I said, that's the hardest jump in the game to get through.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching Dorothy ride the mine carts down to the ground.
Yes, that's nice. Oh, brother is doing good. He's doing well.
So in order to unlock the access to the first generator, it actually requires you to complete 2 dungeons before you can get to it. They're relatively short dungeons, but they do have their hazards and their pitfalls in them. Like this one here has an arrow room that I died a couple times to on my first playthrough.
Yep.
Because I thought that the direction that the arrows came from was random and not predetermined, because I was used to having a randomly generated SteamWorld game.
Yes. Yeah, me too. I was just jumping around insanely in this room. It made no sense to me. First time.
Yeah, we don't dig in this game. The digging is for sissies.
Yeah, Brother Main has memorized those arrows perfectly. Just staying out of the way. Nice.
I remember when I was doing my my jackhammerless run,
Right.
I was saying to myself, "Yeah, this is the future of mining explosives."
Yep.
Because you would just use the steam grenade and the whatchamacallit, Desplosions to get through difficult terrain.
Yeah. Oh, so Brother just destroyed the first Doom device.
The Devastation, I think I remember, was the name
That's
of
true.
it.
Devastation. A device of devastation, I think.
I think the Doom device is the one that we actually don't destroy.
Oh, right. Then maybe that's the one we skipped then.
Because you have Devastation, Destruction, Doom, and I think a fourth D. Fourth D word for a device.
Right. So let's see which one is the
Decimation, maybe?
Maybe. Ooh, we're coming into the temple again with the golems.
Yeah, this is where we do our major cash grabs here, because there's a lot of valuable ore in the Temple of the Destroyer.
Exactly, and it might even be time to put on your lava boot.
I think they're going to hold off, by and large, on their lava and acid immunity boots until they're closer to lava skipping time, because that's when you actually need it.
Yeah, that's true. This is too early.
They got instead the jackhammer. Oh, they don't have the jackhammer hole. They are hookshotting in between jackhammer thrusts.
Yeah.
So they're imitating the jackhammer pull cog mod by using the hookshot.
Cool.
I just noticed that now for the first time. That it's not actually the cog mod for the jackhammer, which is really expensive to get to.
Nice. Yeah.
As you're seeing on Brother Main, and you'll soon see on everyone else's stream, when an enemy is destroyed by the environment, you get these rainbow orbs, which are really useful because they give you health, water, and light.
Yeah.
Whereas if you kill them, there's a chance of one of those orbs spawning, a red, a blue, or a yellow.
Exactly. So it's better to just let the environment kill them off.
Let them KYS, essentially.
Right.
Keep themselves safe. This is family stream.
Exactly. Oh, look at the Brother Main upgraded his armor.
And he's also trying to do the hop, skip, and jump, but it looks like he didn't have enough velocity to get across, so he's going to try to do it the semi-intended route.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Not that hook jumping was intended, but that the game makes it possible for you to get across that lava gap without the jetpack by using the hook shot, or preferably the long shot, but the long shot takes a little too long to get to.
Yeah. Ooh. Ouch!
And yeah, those lava golems hurt. They do a heart and a half body damage.
So it's actually better to just touch the lava than or get hurt by the
significantly lava. Damage boost through the lava instead of the golems.
Ooh, that's a tight spot.
But while they're activating, they do not hurt. So you saw Brother just running right across the top of those two.
Yeah. Nice.
Same with Devil there. It saves a considerable amount of time in that short span of a room there because, we're operating on 5 hearts.
Exactly.
And it looks like Barramundo hasn't even... I'm having trouble seeing on his screen whether he even has the 4th and 5th heart. He may have the 4th.
Oh yeah, it might be dark. Otherwise he just had 3 of them. I'm not sure.
We've again taking the lava boost, the lava damage boost instead of hooking around. But now he's a little too low on health to do that.
2 hearts. Yeah, so be careful.
He's already through the most difficult part, which is that one portion where you have to hook shot up with nothing but lava be underneath you.
Exactly.
But we missed Devil Tifa going back for his lava boots, so it's lava skip time.
Exactly, but look at those jumps. That's so nice. Wow. Ooh.
So the way lava skipping works is that when you have your lava and acid immunity boots on, the immunity is temporary, but it recharges when you're a certain amount of time outside of the lava or the acid. So the amount of time where you are skipping above the lava or the acid reduces the cooldown to ready, essentially.
Exactly.
So you can precisely skip across any gap of lava as long as you get your jump right.
Yeah. And that way, that's what we're going to see Bermuda probably do here in just a couple of seconds.
Barry got his perfect lava golem skip. He got them to spawn at just the right time as he was going fast enough to just walk right across them.
Very nice. He's almost catching up with
Brother Main just got his damage reduction, which is absolutely crucial for the Rosie fight in order to initiate the phase skips because she hurts.
Yeah.
And now we're doing our cash grab here because, like we said, there's a lot of really valuable ore down here.
Exactly.
Nice. And once again, the hookshot proving it is an awesome asset to have because it just pops those birds who can be used to help you mine.
Yeah.
Like I said, explosives, the way of the future of mining.
That's true. Nice.
Can also be used to push enemies, as we see here.
So you can actually use them, like use the hook shot to push the enemy into tiles that you want to break, which can be really useful.
Hookshot can also be used to pick up ore from the ground, or if it's about to fall into lava or is in lava, you can pick it up with the hookshot. You just have to be careful to release it once you get it, because then it'll pull you into the lava or the acid.
Yep. It's all about timing. Oh, nice by Burrow.
Yeah, Guive's got his damage reduction 2 now. I believe I think Devil also has damage reduction 2. Yeah. They're doing the lava skips over to the second device.
Yeah,
Destruction.
Destruction, exactly. That's the one.
And now on to Yarrow.
Exactly.
Which, pretty sure Brother Main now has the actual jackhammer pull.
Yeah, because that's moving. He's moving quickly.
It is one of the less appreciated upgrades that I had when I was playing the game because I was digging everything out. So I was like, I don't want to accidentally move past that block that I didn't destroy yet.
Yeah. Aw, this is the hard part.
But you can see it being put to great use here, just melting through Yarrow.
Exactly. Yeah, and those purple, what do you call them? The drops, it's acid dripping down as well.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
acid.
Really hurtful. Exactly.
And it stops you in your tracks too. It's difficult to damage boost through them.
Exactly. Yeah, you do not want to get near them. Ooh, and the snails. That's like my nemesis. I hate the snails.
Well, it looks like they're stuck now. They're gonna die there for starvation unless they eat each other.
That's good.
Oh, and it seems Brother also picked up the quick fill for water.
Oh, he did.
Which, it saves a little bit of time. It's convenient.
Yep.
And only costs 1 cog, so...
Yeah, might be worth it. Nice. Yeah, he's just running forward.
Ooh, missed that last bit right there.
Yeah.
And Gui has his second generator down now as well.
Sweet destruction.
Beru also dropped his second generator.
Nice. So Bermudo and Gilvagain are basically in sync, right?
Roughly, yeah.
Almost. Exactly. So that they're... They're above the acid swamp, I think, digging downwards. Yeah.
Brother is coming upon the mosquito minefield shortly. The bottom portion of Yarrow. Used instead of using the grenade to open up that diamond there on the right-hand side, bumping yourself up against those balloons actually causes you to damage dirt tiles that you come into contact with. So you body through that block, essentially.
Cool. Yeah, so this is... Brother Main is far down now in the mines.
Yeah, he's in the minefield, so he's going to be approaching the third generator shortly.
Yes. Yeah, exciting. We're the time is they have been playing for 22 minutes now. That's yeah, we're closing in on Rosie, I think.
If he gets a perfect Rosie, he could world record. I'm just going to say that.
Exciting.
That's assuming a perfect Rosie with all 3 phase skips, 2, 4, and 5.
Exactly, which would be hard, but still could be done. Theoretically. How do you say?
He's also using the hookshot to take out those mosquitoes so he can replenish his water.
Very nice. Yeah.
On the way there, and spend less time refilling it there, so he can essentially sequence break through the Yarrow barrier.
Nice.
Although I don't think it's a sequence break so much as not the most obvious sign of how you get through that dungeon. So let's say it's a secret way to get through.
Yeah. Nice. Ooh.
Alright, so now everybody is in Yarrow. Brother Main definitely much further in, but I believe that Tifa is going to be is not too far behind.
Exactly, yeah, it seems like he's not too far off. Ooh, brothers. Device of disaster.
Disaster, that was the fourth keyword.
Yeah, that was the one. So now he's heading for... He would be heading for Rosie. I just had to do some upgrades, get the armored armor, I think, and so on.
Yeah, the airman armor, in addition to the damage reduction, are the 2 pieces of the puzzle for dealing with Rosie's forms with phase shifts.
Yeah.
She has 5 phases, and so far, phases 2, 4, and 5 can be skipped with precise use of the airman armor.
Very nice. So he actually, I saw that he kept his on as there will be acid on the floor later on in another phase.
Yeah, every phase shift, the acid underneath the level there, you can see very briefly, rises.
Exactly.
So now Brother Main's setting up the phase 2 skip, which is to basically hug the right wall and try to preserve his airman armor, and then ricochet a rocket back at Rosie here with the airman armor.
Sweet. Yes.
It forces her to go into a weak state, which saves a boatload of time each time you do it.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, Double Tifa's also on phase 2 of Rosie.
Already?
I didn't even notice that Tifa had finished the generator.
Ah, nice. Yeah, he's basically doing the same thing as brother just did. Yep, good job. So this is also all about...
A bit concerned about Brother Main's water level, but he probably shouldn't need that much of it.
Exactly,
honestly.
and he has that... Yeah.
Ooh, he lost his airman armor there a bit early.
I think he can go for that.
It is phase 3 though, so he should have time to recharge the airman in time for 4.
Exactly.
I think we forgot to mention what airman armor does. Airman armor reflects a projectile once every 30 seconds.
Whew.
And it doesn't reflect it directly back at the caster of the thrower, but you can position it. You can position yourself to make it happen.
Exactly. Oh.
And brother gets the phase 4 skip perfectly. Just got a bird in the way right now.
Yeah, all those birds never give up, do they?
Yeah, all those nasty birds.
God. Ooh, this is exciting.
Brothers on phase 5, which is the most difficult of the phase skips to get because your airman's still recharging.
Exactly.
And Rosie brings out all the stops. She has all of her weapons available to her.
Oh, he's recharged, I think. Almost.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to bounce. Oh, and loses it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so it looks like he ooh, takes a death.
Oh, okay, so we have Devil Tifa.
Tifa's airmid looks like it's charged.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't quite full yet.
Mm.
But Tifa is on 5th phase. It loses his airmid, so he's gonna have to wait for weak phase rocket.
Yeah. So no new world record, I think.
It's the riskiest phase skip to go for because it saves like about 14 seconds, and Tifa is done at 27:18
Nice.
real time.
Good game, Tifa.
Baru's on phase 3, loses his airmid, but that's fine because it doesn't really save any time to phase skip on phase 3.
Exactly. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, nice.
So Tifa is in the last portion of the game where you have control over Dorothy.
Oh yeah, that's great.
We talked to our companion that we didn't even know we had.
Because we skipped the beginning. But yeah, personal best by Tifa, I think, if I'm reading the chat correctly. Great.
Yeah, that's Real Myop. It could be either Real Myop or Twinno, old Team Decathlon guys, so they would know best.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, Baru!
Which, if you haven't, definitely give those guys a follow because they run all kinds of games.
Yeah.
All right, Gui's on phase 3 of Rosie.
Yeah.
And Brother is coming up on phase 4. Devil Tifa has completed, and now we have booted up Ancest, who is also on the Rosie fight.
No, he just
and
died.
Takes a death. Oh no.
Ah.
And Barramundo finishes Rosie with a time of 28:54. But his real time, and like I said, real time ends when you get to the credit screen, or rather, you have your last conversation in El Machino.
Ooh, brother. Still recharging, I think.
Brother phase 5. He's got plenty of health. He should make it.
Yeah, he should.
Especially, I think after this rocket volley is the big rocket.
Yeah. Oh, the armor.
Oh, just missed the phase 5 skip.
Yeah. Oh, brother freeze on my screen. Oh, now he's back.
Gui takes a death on Rosie. Anxis moving on to phase 3.
And now we were joined by
Mr. T is on phase 4.
Yeah, Tarto.
I'm gonna say Mr. T because I pity a fool who can actually pronounce that.
Yes. Good thinking.
Mr. T just misses the phase 4 skip.
Yes, good game, brother.
Yeah, just brother's done.
Oh, and let's see.
Mr. T took a death. Brother Main on the final walk.
And Gulvigain on first.
Gets the phase 2 skip.
Yeah. Nice. So Anxis and Gulvigain they are in the same phase, I think.
Brother's just about to teleport out into the final dialogues.
Nice. Ooh. I think Anxis should make it. He has a lot of armor still left.
Looks like Anx is going for the phase skip, and he gets it. Perfect.
Yes. Nice.
On to phase 5.
Ooh.
AKA the killer stage.
Yeah. Oh, Upala just finished, did he?
Yeah, Upala
Good game.
finishes, just gets brought onto the screen and finishes up in time to be taken off the screen.
Exactly, good game.
Gui's going into phase 4.
Yeah.
His aramid is down though, so hopefully it'll be up in time for the skip.
Yep. I'm trying to look at both that Anxis and Gulgay now, but I think Anxis
is in a very bad spot.
Yes.
Okay, he's out of the acid, so
it's good. Did he keep his boots, or did he? I can't tell.
I can't tell. Yeah, his UI is cut off.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
All right, so Anxis is done. There's no way he can mess this up.
Exactly. Good game.
Once you get that rocket on Rosie at the end, you the only way you could not win is by dropping yourself in the acid and being able to knock it out.
Yes.
And Gui is about to finish finish phase 4. He's coming on to phase 5.
Yeah, watch out for those birds.
And now we have Kile in the bottom right there. He's on phase 3. Mr. T, phase 5.
Yeah, almost done. Just waiting for that armor. Golden should just... Oh no, the armor just needs to refill.
Looks like Mr. T's armor procced earlier than he wanted it to, so he's going to have to do the regular phase 5 of Rosie.
Exactly. Oh, yes!
And Gui is going to be finishing up now on phase 5, and Rosie down.
Good game.
And we got Mohawk making his way through Yarrow.
Yes, and look at Mr. T. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, Mr. T finishes too. Dang, I looked away for a second.
Yeah, there you go.
Kile is going on to phase 4.
Sweet. Yeah, it only takes seconds here. So you have to like really try to focus on all the screens at the same time.
Alright, Kile is going to get phase 4. No, we got the bullets instead of the rockets with the aramid armor.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, it is the rockets that proc the phase skip and not the bullets.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. You really have to time that right with the armor, as you said. And now he has to wait for it to recharge again.
Also, Rosie's AI is kind of interesting in that...
No!
Ooh, Kile takes a death.
Yeah, right.
If Rosie does her dash punch and hits you twice, she won't do it anymore for the until her next cycle of attacks goes through. Yeah. So the runners use that to line her up against the wall to proc the aramid armor phase skip.
Yeah. Going to axe Kile.
Alright, Mohawk is in the mosquito minefield, so that means he's almost to the last generator and then on his way to Rosie.
Yeah. Maybe Kile will play it safer this time. Let's see. Yeah. Uses his aramid armor and...
There we go.
Yes.
Gets the phase 2 skip.
Very nice.
It looks like Mr. T is on credits as well as Gui.
Nice, yeah. Oh, Kile and Mohawk are the 2 last ones, which is insane. So everyone's done it like below, at least well below 40 minutes. Nice.
Mohawk just double checking he's got all the correct cog mods on before facing off with Rosie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he has to go to... exactly. He's heading into Rosie now. And Kile is definitely playing it more safe this time, I think.
Jeez. Real Myop is saying that Kile made a test for 4-player Rayman Origins for the Wii. And that's programming all 4 players frame by frame.
Oh.
speed run using a tool-assisted speed run, essentially. So it uses a
Wow.
program to write the code.
Okay.
And Keeley gets the phase 4 skip very
Yes.
succinctly there. Just gets a nasty bird in the face.
Birds, yeah. Nice. Ooh, watch out. Good catch. Yeah.
Trying to save that heart there. Yeah, there we go. His Aramid should be up shortly.
Yes.
Mohawk on phase 3.
Yeah.
Keeley phase 5. He's got his Mohawk. Oh, his Aramid procced. Dang.
Oh.
He's going to have to deal with full phase 5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and those rockets.
Here come the punches.
Yeah, it's actually...
And Keeley is finishing Rosie.
Woo! There you go. Good game.
Alright, Mohawk, bring it home.
Yeah, I think the armor is fully charged. It's just waiting for the right time to activate it.
And he accidentally procced it, but he didn't need it anyway.
Exactly, he made it. Oh, and those birds again. The bird is just chasing him around. Oh, you're so nasty.
Yeah, one thing sometimes you fail to remember is that trapped in the acid. He needs Rosie's help to get out.
Yes.
You don't have to hit Rosie from the front. You can hit Rosie from the top. You can hit her from the front, the back, the underside if you happen to get pinned underneath her.
No, he died. Took a death, yeah. Try it again. Yep, that's right. Robert Olsen from Image. He's a he's the game designer for SteamWorld Dig 2, and he will be joining us in a Q&A session here once we have watched Mohawk bring death to Rosie. Nice. Yes.
And Mohawk
nice
gets
game.
the phase 2 skip just great there.
Perfect. Yeah, just waiting in the playing with the hookshot.
The long shot is exceptionally useful in the Rosie fight, simply because it's long enough to reach the ceiling of the room.
Mm.
But that's neither here nor there. Long shot takes too much time to get. Because, namely, it requires you to get the ignition axe, which takes some time to get because you have to deal with lava golems to get to it.
Yeah, and those guys are hard. Yeah.
They move slow. Alright, we should be seeing a rocket coming flying at Mohawk's face shortly.
Yes.
There it
is.
He phase 3. And he just dropped his Aramid armor too, unfortunately. One of those purple orbs hit him.
Ooh. The birds.
And that bird, fortunately, Rosie's body also does damage to enemies, so...
Oh, what's that health? No, oh no!
Oh, eats the death.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm betting he's really angry now. He just wanna, crush. I would get so mad.
The benefit of hitting Rosie from the top, though, is that if you time it right, she can toss you into a very what's the word I'm looking for? A very lucrative spot to be in, away from danger. A lot of dirt in the way between you and her rockets.
Mm-hmm. And close to health, too, right? usually.
Yeah, because the health mostly spawns on the top half of the level, or at least from the middle up, and the bottom you're kind of screwed as far as health goes.
Yeah. So it's in the corners basically too.
And there's no acid at the top of the stage too.
Exactly. So you can like basically just how do you say, hookshot to the ceiling if needed and stay there.
And wait for Rosie to kill those darn birds.
Exactly. Yeah, because those bastards, they jump as well. So they, yeah. They are persistent. Nice.
Alright, phase 3 done.
Yeah.
On to 4.
Oh. Yes, nice. Yes, Rosie killed the bird. Nice one.
Killed 2 of them.
Yeah,
Slam dunked the other one into the acid.
Wow, I didn't even see the other one.
Yeah, it fell down, and I guess the way that her damage shield was operating, it just slam dunked it into the acid.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way you should taunt you, Rosie.
Roasted fried chicken.
Exactly. So she has
13 original spices, herbs, and moon juice.
Yes. Ooh, that rocket. Yes. Nice.
Oh, nice loop around there for phase 4 finish.
Very. Oh, last phase. Yes, get away from that acid.
Alright, is it the conspiracy theorist in me, or does moon juice look suspiciously like Mountain Dew?
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
The fact that the shiners are so addicted to it, too, makes a lot of sense.
That might be it, because this game is PG. I think it's PG-7 or something, so it has to be Mountain Dew, right?
Oh, Peggy 7?
Yeah, I think it's 7 or I think it's 7. I should look that up, but we can ask
Mohawk
Robert.
Just gets the punch to the face. He missed the hook shot on the health orbs.
Dang it, too much Mountain Dew. Yeah, so it definitely has to be something like non-alcoholic at least. But there's some difference in age. There was different. I'm just learning this, but there's like different age ratings in different countries. So we have our publishing manager who's really good at that stuff. But I think the PG is that the one used in the US, right?
PG is reserved for like movies. I think what you're thinking of is Peggy, which is the UK
right.
and PAL versions.
Yes, that's the one. Peggy, that's true. Yep.
Yeah, Peggy 7, Peggy 12.
Exactly.
I think America is E for everyone, E10 plus.
Right.
T for teen, M for mature. I think there's an M17 as well, so like 17 plus.
Okay, Okay, yeah, that's the one. Peggy. Of course, that makes sense.
I don't know if there are any other ratings beyond M. I doubt there are, though.
No, maybe not. Because I think like Russia had their own, like some, I don't know what we have in, if there's a different one in Europe as well. But yeah.
If Sweden is part of the PAL region, then it's probably Peggy as well.
Yeah, because that's normally that's what I think it's on the box covers and so on games here as well.
Although with the Switch, region doesn't really matter anymore except for your eShop account.
That's true.
Ooh, wow, Rosie just melted that bird with 2 of those brick breakers.
Very nice. Play safe, Mohawk. Stay away from those cannonballs.
I was about to say we don't see enough of the birds in the any % run, but I realized that the Rosie fight is plenty of birds.
Yeah, but you're right. We did not almost didn't see them before, so.
You don't get deep enough into Archaea to see the birds anymore.
Exactly.
when you went for the jetpack, yeah, you had to pass him.
Save your hearts! He only has one heart. No, again?
Oh, eats the rocket that got through.
So close. "46 minutes and 25 seconds. But I'm confident he will make it within the hour. No problems.
I can say that his phase 1 is perfect. He gets right, bounced off of Rosie's repulsion directly to the right-hand wall with enough dirt in his way to obstruct the bullets so that the rockets can get to the phase 2 skip.
Yes. And the Aramid armor is recharging nicely.
Oh, the Vectron alarm music.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I still haven't managed to get that achievement of getting through Vectron without triggering the alarm more than twice.
No, it's a tricky one.
I think at the minimum it needs the long shot.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like his Aramid is ready for the for phase 4. He just has to avoid getting hit right now.
And watch out for those birds. I think they are none right now.
Should be seeing a rocket come flying at his face shortly.
Yes. Oh, nice, avoiding that.
Here comes the rocket.
Oh!
Just misses though.
Oh!
Fortunately, phase 3,
yeah.
Rosie fires a rocket immediately after.
So yeah, no worries. Nice.
Alright, now he just needs to set up for Aramid for phase 4 skip, and he'll be in good health condition for it.
Yes.
There's rocket punch number 1. Oh.
Yes.
He needs a wall.
Oh, and the bird. Ah.
Misses the Aramid though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You have to deal with full phase 4.
Yep.
Has Rosie help him get punched through a wall there so he can get some health.
Nice. Yeah, he needed that. That's good.
Alright, phase 4 down. Just needs to deal with phase 5.
Sweet. Oh, and the bird. Exactly.
Fortunately, he used the pressure bomb not only to force Rosie's health further down, but also to kill the bird. So literally 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes.
Or bomb.
Exactly.
Aramid is down, so we're not going to be seeing a phase 5 skip.
Ooh, but save those hearts.
Yeah, I think using the Aramid actually saved him from dying there, so... Oh, the ending song to Dig 1. What a great ending song.
Sweet.
Okay, should be another salvo. Yep, there we go. And Mohawk is going to be done.
Yes.
All right. That is our last runner getting through the ending walk towards the ending cutscene and then the credits.
Sweet. Yes.
Which, if you guys aren't familiar, both Paulina and I are in the credits of Dig 2. You know, because she works for them and I work sort of with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you do. Now you really do.
All right. So we should be seeing the runners are going to be submitting their times into the leaderboard here, and we'll see who will be progressing on to the finals.
Yes.
December 3rd or 5th?
Well, 3rd. December 3rd should be
December
Sunday,
3rd.
I think.
So are you guys ready to shell out the money to fly some people to France?
Well, at least by train, I think.
Oh yeah, because depending on where they are, they may not even have to fly.
Exactly. So hopefully...
I bet you guys were rigging the run so that nobody who had to fly could win.
You should ask Brian that, if that's how it was done.
Oh, he'll give me the same answer. Like, hey, that sounds really interesting. I'll get back to you on that. 3 weeks later, I'll be like, hey, Paulina, can you ask Brian if he'll get back to me about that thing?
Classic Brian.
We poke a lot of fun at Brian, but he's super cool.
Yeah,
so,
he's a good guy.
He totally digs it. I've told him about everything. He's like, wow, you really dig into me about that, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Great guy.
So yeah, hey Robert, if you want to jump into the general voice channel, I can drag you over to our stream here for the After Runs talk.
Robert. I really want to say it like that, man. Robert, right?
Roberto.
Roberto.
Oh, there he is. Let me drag him down.
Yes, still awake, even though it's late Sunday night in Sweden.
Welcome, Robert.
Welcome. Maybe.
He's in the channel. I think he just has to enable his mic.
Right.
Here are our times.
Soft. Amazing.
Soft 2620. These are the final times for the day 3 any percent times. Zoff, Double Tifa, Baramondu, Brother Main, Yupala, Anxis, Mr. T, Gui, Kile, and Mohawk.
Yeah, Yupala was a real surprise there. Just popping up on the screen and just, final facing Rosie and done, sort of. It was really a good run as well.
Just goes to show that a run can be going great and then Rosie can poop all over it.
Mm-hmm. Right? Totally.
Alright, so our finalists are going to be, with the French finals, Zoff, Devil Tifa, Baramondo, and Brother Main.
Yes!
Brother Main just edged out Yupala from being invited to the finals, unfortunately. But all these people should be receiving goodies in the mail, am I correct?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. We shipped some of the stuff already to France, and we just figure out the details, how to ship it to the right persons. But yeah, everyone will get something.
And you, do you happen to have any of that something on hand, by the way?
Ooh, let me see. I do. I have a little something. So I'll show it to you again when the camera's back. And it's actually on the way to you too, in that package I told you about before with the sweater. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. 59. But Mohawk did better now. He must have beat it that time. Yes, definitely. Congrats to the top 4 and good job to the other 8 by Darwinder in the chat. Very nice. Yeah, there we go. Mohawk. Yeah, Mohawk beat his previous score by, I think, 10 minutes then?
Yeah, I remember that first one we were rooting for him, like, no, get the health, get the health.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so let me see if you can see this. Can you see that?
Yeah, so we got 2 pins, one with Dorothy by the campfire and the SteamWorld Dig 2 logo. Right, those are pins.
Shiny. And then we have let's see.
Oh, a Cultist and a Dorothy sticker and a SteamWorld Dig 2 logo sticker.
Like that. Hey,
oh man.
That way.
How many Cultists did you send me? Because I'm going to probably have those all over the place.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, you got a couple at least. Because I grabbed the ones I had on my desk. So hopefully. But you let me know. I'll send you some more if you need it. Since you work at Image Inform now. You're allowed.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so, hey, Robert, are you there? So before, while Robert figures out his mic, there was one question that I wanted to issue a small apology for from the last stream. It was right towards the end when we were asking about the trials to Marcus, and I may have intonated that I was angry about the situation, but it was more we are adamant that we would love to have the trials to be rerunnable.
Yeah, so maybe you should. Let's see if Robert gets in.
So I didn't want anyone who saw that to think that I was like upset with Marcus on his answer of "I'll look into it," or that I was being accusatory that why didn't you guys do this? It was more of a "we would love this" kind of attitude that may have come across inappropriately.
Yeah.
So yeah, Robert is having some mic issues. He's working on it. Until then,
Yeah.
so yeah, the finals are December 3rd. We've got a full, like 3 weeks before that happens.
Right? Almost Christmas time. That's crazy.
And hey, Twino or Real Myop, if you could, I forgot to ask earlier if there's going to be a prelim, like 20-minute round for the finals or not, and whether we know or can announce what the conditions for that are going to be. I doubt it, since they're all finalists.
Hello?
Oh, Robert, we got a bit there.
Yes. Hi, Robert.
Hi.
How are you this evening? Or, well, day, or whatever it is that you guys...
I'm doing very well. It was fun to watch the runs. I had to switch to because my headset didn't work, so I don't know why. But now I'm here.
Yay!
Let's see here.
Okay, guys, ask some questions in the chat. Now's the time.
Is there anywhere I can get to the chat without, I accidentally, in the confusion of not having a proper functioning mic, I closed the tab. Is there anywhere I can... Oh, there it is.
I can read them out to you if they come through chat.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, if you reopen the Speed Gaming channel, you can pop out. You can pause the video and and you'll have chat right there.
Cool.
Hey Zoff, nice run today. That was really solid. So Robert, I guess I'll lead us off with a few. How long have you been with Image Inform?
With Image Inform? Sorry, I lost the last part. For, let's see here, how long is it? I started working with Image Inform just after SteamWorld Dig, the first game, was released, so I worked a little bit, mostly on testing on the ports of SteamWorld Dig. But I actually did some testing on SteamWorld Dig before, but that was before I was employed. So I've been working with SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig 2 for the entire time.
Sweet.
And somebody wants to know how much are you responsible for Rosie's difficulty?
Very much so. I actually wanted her to be more difficult. The thing is, we made her really, really difficult at first, and then we made some testing and within the office and realized, okay, this is too difficult. Mind you, I really enjoy the Soulsborne series and enjoy that kind of difficulty level. So every time I make a boss, I have that as my inspiration. Not just because they're tough, of course, but that's one aspect of it. But after we tested it in-house and like nobody in the office could complete the boss, we decided, we have to make it easier. And then when we tested it with an external tester, again, it was too difficult, so we made her easier and easier. So it was a time where we made her easier each iteration of her. But then, like, I think it was a few months before the release, we concluded that she was too easy. So we put Ulf, one of the other designers, to kind of beef her up a little bit. So she had very many iterations, but I'm kind of happy of where she is now, because she's difficult, but most people complete her on the second or third try, at least the ones I've seen. And I think that's because there's so much power to be had if you just go back and grind and buy upgrades and equip the proper cog mods and stuff like that. So
yeah, I was gonna say your second or third try with a more complete save file.
And not speed
Yeah.
money.
No,
Yeah.
but I kind of liked how she turned out, and I haven't seen a lot of speedrun before. This was my, my first runs I've seen. So I kind of liked how she turned out in this kind of context as well, because I especially like that you can phase skip her by jumping into her with the aramid armor, and that you have to dodge every projectile until that phase. I think that's very interesting.
Do you happen to know why that might work?
I have an idea, but I think we haven't checked it properly, but I think that Rosie maybe do not look for which projectile is hitting her, and somehow when...
Do you think maybe her big rocket shares a property with the smaller rockets that might trigger it to react the same?
I think it's something like that, but so don't quote me on that.
That seems to be the slogan of anybody in authority that I talk to there. Don't quote me on that.
And so...
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's just a guess. It's just a hunch. We haven't checked it. Yeah, I should have Ulf check it perhaps and see what's up. But it's like I like it the way it is now. So I don't want to.
Sophis is going in the chat like, this boss is not that hard once you spend 10 hours on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see we have a lot of our runners here in the chat tossing some heat your way, like, why create such horrible things like the snails and the birds?
Oh, the bird. I love the bird. That was like my... I had a lot of creative control over the game, of course, but that was my darling pet that I wanted to in the game so bad. Especially the feature that I like the most about it is that it shouts out when it sees you. So you have this animation, it shouts out, and also the sound when it dies, because it's so sad. And it's like, why did you kill me? And I love the birds. They have so much personality.
They wouldn't be so bad if they couldn't break tiles above them, because then you could hide.
Yeah, you can't
but
hide.
With the birds, you can run, but you cannot hide.
Exactly. Yeah, they're horrible.
I remember discovering that the first time when I was playing, I was like, all right, I can gather myself, and I can try to dig myself out of here, and the bird's just like, ah! And broke the tile underneath me and killed me.
Yeah.
I was like, come on now, that's just not fair.
They're relentless, yeah.
Yes.
But there were a lot of new mechanics added from Dig 1 to Dig 2, like being able to be projectiled through dirt blocks. So it's no stretch of the imagination that enemies could break dirt blocks, not too dissimilar from the bugs in Dig 1, destroying the blocks around them. The bugs in Dig 2 break through with their charge. So naturally, we have to have a bird that can jump really high and break blocks above it.
Of course.
Nice. Can you
the bird is also. I just one more thing on the bird. I kind of like it also because it requires a different set of motions to defeat it. Many of the enemies are kind of similar in how you defeat them, but the bird is special. It's harder to avoid taking damage from
the knockback on the pickaxe cog mod makes dealing with the birds a little easier.
Yeah. And that justifies that upgrade a bit, so that's also one thing I like.
Yeah, would you be terribly offended if somebody edited the sprite of Rosie to just be a giant bird?
A giant bird?
Yeah, one of those birds, except they blow up the dimensions of it to be replaced as just a giant bird with the same movement. Because we already know we can modify the sprites because we've modified the Rusty poster at the beginning of the game to have various effects on it.
Nice.
Like a Kappa face instead of Rusty's face.
Yeah, you can change anything in the game. It's we try to make it as moddable as possible.
Yeah, early on someone did a purple hues version of the game so it looks like it's nighttime instead of daytime.
Well, I've seen that.
And it's really serene looking when you swap it to a more nighttime look, because like right now it could be either dawn or the end of the day as from the background here. but you change that to like a moon instead, and you change the purple, the oranges and the reds and the yellows to like purples, blues, and violets, and it's really really peaceful.
Mhm.
Robert, can you see the questions in the chat or?
Yeah, but do you want me to like? I think you should ask me because
If you see one particularly you want to address, go right ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking it would be good if you tell like the one question.
You cut out there, Paulina.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the one where you tell us what's exactly a game designer. Where do you fit in between the artists, devs, and level designers?
Where I fit in, okay. So I make if you would view the game as a house that was about to be built, I'm the architect of the house. So I make the plans and the schematics and the number crunching and so forth about the game, and that off as detailed as I can to a programmer and an artist and tell them, please make it pretty and make it work. And,
so you work with the programmers to set the foundation, then you work with the level designers to set up the walls, and then
exactly.
Yeah, the artist who install the drywall and the fixtures.
Yep. So and also of course balancing and tweaking when it's all done and making sure it's a fun experience. Shaping the overall experience of the player. That's a bit fluffy, but yeah.
Trying to make sure it can't be broken too badly, and then realizing people are going to do it anyway.
Anyway,
not too bad. As long as the game doesn't crash, I'm happy. Like if it breaks down. If it just, you take it apart and you find new things about it, it's fine as long as the game doesn't break.
Yeah, but
we've only found one thing that actually breaks, and that's getting the grenade before the steam bomb.
Oh, that breaks it?
It soft locks the game because you can't get back out because you can't fire the grenade without the steam grenade, or without the steam bomb, the pressure bomb.
That's true. That I don't like.
So we just avoid doing that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, but you were like joking at the office about patching some stuff, right? When you found out about the skips that were some of the speedrunners do.
Yeah, that was not really joking. We were discussing if we wanted to make fix the things you have found, like the double jump was the most debated one because we thought it was too easy a trick to use. Like you only bind 2 jump buttons and you can do it. So we thought, well, it's no skill, so it's a bit boring. But then again, you can skip the entire first boss, and that's kind of boring to watch in a speed run. So we kind of decided to keep it anyway because it makes the speed run more fun to watch. So. Yeah.
I'll raise the point that it does require some skill. As we saw, Zoff, who is a seasoned world record holder for the game, was having some difficulty. But I think Beru was also having some trouble with the first one, too. So it requires practice and a little bit of skill, but also a little bit of luck.
Oh, okay. I haven't tested it much. I just tried it on my computer at work, and so it works. Like you bind it to 2 buttons and try to jump. But I can assume that it's harder to do when you're supposed to do it at a specific time with a specific timing and such.
Yeah, all the other ones are much easier, but that one takes the cake.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've tried it with something that allows you to press more than 2 buttons at one time, but you can get some hilarious results binding 64 keys to jump.
Yeah, I think I saw a video on that.
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure someone posted it in the Discord in probably the Secret Strats and Spoilers channel a long time ago, at least, when we were just discovering that you can get multiple jumps in a row if you just press it fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get some cred here in the chat, Robert, for not how do you say, since it was a speedrun oriented decision. That's actually very cool of you not to patch it.
Yeah, there's a lot of speedrun-oriented decisions in Dig 2 because we wanted it to be more, we will really like that SteamWorld Dig got a speedrun community at all, because that's, it's fun. It keeps the game alive and it's fun to watch, and you feel very humbled when all the runners like break your game and pick it apart and make something new out of it. It's fun. So
I got the shirt because of the speed run.
Yeah, so we wanted Dig 2 to be better as a speedrun game. So even though if something comes up that we don't know about, like the double jump, we still need to discuss it and see and like determine weigh the good versus the bad, if it's worth keeping or not. So yeah, but we voted for the speedrunners this time on that decision.
I remember spending quite a bit of time, and I don't want to disclose just how much time, trying to get out of bounds in SteamWorld Dig 1, because I had accidentally done it once, but it didn't put me anywhere I wanted to be, and it involved falling rocks and dynamite, like the dynamite explosion going off just before you get crushed by the block, and it pushed me into out of bounds, essentially, in one of those spots where you have a U-shaped block with water in the middle. And so I was stuck there, and I kept working on it to try to get it closer to the side of the wall. And well, let's just say a long time later, I deemed it not possible to reproduce. So you don't have to worry about patching that in Dig 1.
I don't think Dig 1 will have many patches, to be honest. I think we're pretty almost done with that game.
About 2 months ago, I saw some updates for Heist, so anything's possible, man.
Yeah, of course. We'll see. So yeah, did you see the skin glitch we got? Yes, I saw it. We call it the abomination bug, because Dorothy gets all animations at the same time, so she gets like multiple heads and multiple arms and multiple legs.
And the upgrade gets.
So it's basically all animations in the same texture, and it's an animation related visual glitch that doesn't affect gameplay at all, so it's kind of harmless.
Other than freaking you out the first time you see it, like, ah!
Yep, it's we had
cool name.
We found it in the office. We had a lot of fun with it, but it's worth fixing at that time. Maybe in the future.
Gui has an interesting question that I have completely forgotten to ask both Julius and Marcus. Were there more features or skills that didn't make it, essentially, I think is what the question's asking, that didn't make it past the final cut?
Yeah, we had many skills, of course.
And if you don't want to mention them because they're going to be in a future game, you can say, there's some things that I can't mention, but these are the ones that I can.
Well, we're not... It's fine. I'll just talk and see what comes out of my mouth.
Brian, that's right. So why shouldn't you?
Yeah, that's
channel your inner Brian.
Yeah. This wasn't the original setup. The tools was actually quite a hassle to. It's one of the challenges of the entire development, because we had a clear idea at the start that we wanted. First, we wanted Dorothy to have not Vectron tech. We wanted her to be as much as possible. So I don't. You have probably noticed, but her movement is similar, but she's a bit more floaty than Rusty, for example. So we wanted her to feel different when you play her, and we wanted her tools to not reflect the Vectron side, but instead we wanted her to use, like oil or diesel or like something like that. So we had a lot of ideas on what sort of tools would you like, and should we have a diesel meter as well as a water meter. So we had like 2 sets, one set of water tools and one set of diesel tools at one time. Where the diesel tools, I think there was a flamethrower planned and a skill called Overdrive that basically sent Dorothy into a frenzy for a short period, and made her everything she did faster, and she jumped higher and run faster and such. And the flamethrower was basically an enemy killer.
I'm assuming the overdrive wasn't included because it didn't thematically fit with her character.
That and it kind of competed with the jackhammer for the same user space, you know, because
there's only so many buttons on the controller, and we need all of them bound to jump. That's why.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to cut down on tools, because we had a lot of different models on how to switch tools, and you know, how do you switch? In Dig 1, we switch with the shoulder buttons, but we wanted it to be more accessible. We wanted to have access to all tools all the time. We also, at one time in the development, had, you know, more like a Zelda-like tool setup where you had a bunch of tools, like maybe 9 tools, and you had 2 different tool buttons, and you can you went into a menu and you had your pair of tools, and in that the tools were more universal in their design, like in their user cases. Those tools we have now, we tried to make them specialized in specific situations. So, but because you have access to them, all of them all the time, there's no menu you have to go into to switch between them and such.
I'm assuming, since you're saying Switch so much, that the Switch would have had a quick swap on the handheld.
Probably. Depends.
Just a small joke, sorry.
It depends on how the UI would have looked, but perhaps.
Because Dig 1 had on the Wii U the inventory and the map on the handheld control, right?
Sorry, I missed the last part. You disappeared.
I'm pretty sure you had your inventory and the mini map on the Wii U control pad for Dig 1.
I think you disappeared again. I'm sorry. I missed.
Testing.
I can hear you, but I don't know. Robert, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Robert?
Yeah, I hear you, but you get cut off at the end all the time.
Oh, that's because I keep releasing my push to talk.
You're so back.
Yeah, with the Dig 1, the Wii U control pad had the inventory and the minimap on the gamepad, so you could quick manage your inventory, like delete some ore on the go, whereas with Dig 1 on the PC and the 3DS, you had to open a menu to get rid of your stuff.
Yes. That was also a thing we discussed, and it turned out like this. It was the best solution.
I like it. It's a really quick swap to get through the menu, especially with shoulder buttons moving through the menu instead of left and right, so you can free up left and right to move through like your upgrades and all that fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy with how the UI turned out. It was a lot of hassle, especially since the tools kept shifting, and we didn't really have a good, clear plan of what tools to include until just a few months before the game's release, and all the artists and programmers were very stressed out about it because, we kept changing the design, and so that was a big, challenge.
Yeah.
All right, so I actually just realized I overstayed my welcome here, unfortunately. I do have to leave a bit early today since I rearranged my time off to see a friend of mine from out of state for a couple days. But it was nice talking to you, Robert. Pauline, it's nice to talk to you again.
Yes, for sure.
I'll see you all guys on the finals,
Yay.
December 3rd. Look forward to it.
Sure, woo! Robert, just hang around some more and we'll chat. Bye, Sue. Also, I saw one question here. Did you say, let's see, is there a feature in SteamWorld Dig 2 you consider being your? Can you still hear me, Robert?
Yeah, now I hear you. You
Maybe
disappeared for a...
Oh, okay. So let's see. I just scrolled up here in the chat, and I saw a question that we sort of skipped. That's going like, is there a feature in SteamWorld Dig 2 you consider being your signature?
Ooh, well, I did the entire design work on the collectibles. I would not say that's like typical, but that's my work. The collectibles were more advanced before, but because at first we wanted them to be like sort of a puzzle where you find a cool item, like a teddy bear in the wilderness, and you had like 5 different collectors, and each collector had a thing they liked, and you needed to figure out who gets the teddy bear. So a paper prototype on that, like I had a bunch of items, and I had my pretty drawings of the different collectors and what short introduction to each, and then I tested it at the office and asked people to, you have these items, who do you think they belong to?
Yeah.
And but that wasn't fun, so
oh yeah,
we cut that out. And so that's my. Otherwise, and also the cog mod system is kind of, it's a cooperative feature, of course, but I pushed that a lot because I really liked when you have, you can modify your skills and you can mutate the game in such a way that your play experience gets unique compared to others. So you get choices, because I love SteamWorld Dig 1, but it does not have many choices, I feel, when I play it. It basically comes down to, do I want to play with the pickaxe, the drill, or the steam, or what's it called? I lost the name, the fist. Steam punch.
Yeah.
To have more options. So I would say the cog mod system is more what I would call a signature feature for me.
Yeah, that's cool. So everyone's able to sort of personalize their gameplay a little bit more.
Yeah, I really enjoy Magic the Gathering, and
nice.
And that's as close as that's. Inspired by that you have your deck, so to speak, that you bring with you when you leave town. So you can customize it and add new things and withdraw some things. And I really like deck building in every card game I play. So I think that's a neat thing to have in our platform game as well.
Definitely. Let's see, what else do we have here in the chat? Do you see anything that you would like to answer?
I will check through here. I have a mix of heist and dig later. I don't know how that would look like. If you have an idea of how it should look or feel or play, I'm listening. I haven't thought about it.
Send the gaming ideas to Robert. Yeah, because someone was also asking here for co-op adventure with Dut and Rusty, or multiplayer gaming. Yeah, of course, always.
That feels obvious right now, but we'll see what happens. That's nothing we can confirm or deny.
That's nice. Yeah.
Where the cog system even more RPG-like with more skills that unlock if you use cogs somewhere. And let's see here. Yeah, the cog system has had some iterations of it. One thing we do kind of regret, or not regret, but it would have taken us in another direction, was that for the cog mod system not to be on and off, that you can
Right.
a permanent choice when you placed cogs in a skill. And there were some skills we couldn't add because it's not permanent. We have these free upgrades that, you know, like the one where you get more gold when you sell stuff, for example. We added these instead of, because those could have made good permanent purchases if you purchase them with cogs. But there is, if let's say you had this upgrade that lets you get 30% more when you sell your stuff. You have that, then the optimal way to play would be to equip it only when you're selling stuff. So then every time you came up town, you would equip it, sell, and then unequip it, and then equip something else, and then go down, because that's the optimal way to play. And we didn't want that, so we had to make that one free. But if we had made the system you know, permanent choices instead, we could have had that cost cogs.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. So a permanent choice would have been really interesting for the speedrunners. Yeah.
I don't know that, but in a general sense, it would have opened up more design space for us, but also closed some, of course. But
For sure.
but I wouldn't say it was more RPG-like before. It had more skills. We have tested a lot of different skills, and we had was more disconnected from the upgrades for a while, where you purchased like a skill tree. The cog mod system was a skill tree at one point, where if you purchased one, you unlocked the next one. You didn't need to buy the upgrades for that tool. So it was a separate system entirely. But it feels much better now when it's integrated, when you get the cog mods, when you upgrade the items instead, or the tools, I mean.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see what people choose to upgrade and what cogs to use and so on. Definitely.
SteamWorld trading card game confirmed. I actually made a card game based on SteamWorld, but that's we'll see what we'll do with that.
Nice.
It was more for fun, so. But most people at the office liked it. It was a hat card game. It was
Very nice.
inspired by the hats in Heist. We'll see what comes of it.
Oh, you're getting some love here.
Yeah. I really loved watching the runs. As I said, it was the first time I watched someone like from start to finish live speedrun the game, and also now with all the new tricks and skips. And I really, as I said, I really enjoyed the phase skips on the boss. I thought that was very interesting, that you have to dodge the projectiles until exactly the right time, and that some phases are harder because the cooldown is on. And I thought that was really dramatic and a nice interaction with the game that shouldn't have been there. So you guys like practically invented a new way to play that boss, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I'm also happy that a lot of runners died at the boss, because
You're happy about that?
a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that feeling like, go Rosie, go, you're my girl.
My God.
No, but it's more fun if you get a good time, of course. But it's a little bit.
Such a Rosie. Damn, you're a monster. That's very sad.
Yeah, I know.
Nice. Yeah. So let's see. Is there one thing you regret not being implemented, or which implemented but not the way you wanted? Let's see if we understand the question.
One thing you regret not being, or which but not. Actually, I'm quite happy with how the game turned out. We cut off a lot of things that we wanted to do. We thought that we would have a much more time to add new cool things since this was a sequel. So we had the basic formula, and so we had like more worlds, and we had lots of ideas of enemies that would and tools, as I said before, and the collectible system, as I explained. I would have liked mostly it's the worlds that I missed, because there were some worlds that were really cool that we not took very far, but far enough that you got a good sense of what they could be, and I hope we will use them in a later game.
For sure.
It's not a regret. I think we did the right thing cutting them, because we wouldn't have had the time to make them.
Exactly, but still a hard decision, probably.
Yeah. It's always this. It's always time versus feature. You can't. If you add something, you have to remove something else, or if you spend time on one thing, you spend less time on another thing. It's just how it works.
Yeah. What else?
Does the multiple way to shut down Rosie's shield were planned, like bouncing back a projectile? No, it was not planned at all. We discussed it a little bit before with Soup, but I'm not sure why the Aramid armor has that kind of interaction with Rosie. Why she gets into her vulnerable state when you jump into her, but I think it has something to do with that she does not see the difference between her big rocket and her small rockets. They share something, and if they do not exit the shield, I'm not sure about the technical details, but it was not by design. But I still like it. I think it's fun.
Right. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Questions?
Did I miss anyone?
I'm not sure. No, I think... People got really upset about the flamethrower. Let's see. Oh, here you go. One of our speedrunners go again here. Is there a secret to kill Rose?
No, not that I know of. I think you guys are much faster than me. I think my record is like 120 or something in the game, so I'm not the guy to ask to do things quick.
Here you go. On release, what how do you say? On release, what was the best time you'd think would be doable for a speedrunner?
Well, with the route we came up with in the office, and that was based on like 5 attempts by different people. We thought like 40 to 50 minutes perhaps, but around an hour at first, and then of course getting lower and lower. But we didn't think that you would get close to 20 minutes.
That's crazy.
You exceeded our expectations. Yes, I will be at the final IRL, so come by and say hello.
Very nice. Yeah, me and Robert will be there, and that would be fun for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can practice my French. I haven't got to do that in a while.
Nice. Let's see. Did you try it?
Konami code? Yeah, no, that does not work. But maybe if one of the programmers, rogued it in, but I don't think they did. I watch some speedruns, but more, quotation marks, public speedruns, like, when awesome games done quick and such. And speedrun enthusiast, especially Marcus, that was here a few weeks ago. He's very good at following the community of speedrunners on the games that we make, at least. And he's often the one to bring, as soon as you guys come up with something, it's usually Marcus that finds it and reports to us, and we discuss. And we have many at the office that's like, speedrunning community, even though they do not, I don't think they watch speedruns a lot, but we like to, since it, as I said before, it makes the game last longer. It gives it a new life after we have had our, good months at the start. When you release the game, of course, it's nice. People buy it, and it's fun to watch them play. But then people stop playing after a while. But in a speedrun community, it evolves into a new shape, a new beast, and that's we think about a lot when we. Especially with this game, not as much with Heist, because that's a different genre. But this is, the Metroidvania genre is much more often speedrun.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to say. We make design decisions based on these speedruns we see. We think that's one thing we weigh in when we make design decisions. It's not the entire decision is based on that, but that's one thing we weigh in. If this is something that would be fun to speedrun, like we made sure in SteamWorld Dig 2 that there were a lot of sequence breaks. Like the main path is very optional. And that's totally by design.
Did you see what they said in the chat?
No.
Being mean. Myop is being mean to the others. So yeah, only you will have security guards. I will not.
Yes, because they will attack me because of my statement of being on Team Rosie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you might need them, actually.
I might need to make a shirt that says Team Rosie on it.
You should. Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, here's another question. Did you play the SteamWorld? Yes, there you go.
Randomizer. One randomizer is that I haven't played that. I've heard about it. Make me a sign. But no, I haven't played that. What is that?
The randomizer. Yeah, I haven't. Can you tell us?
What is the SteamWorld Dig randomizer? I think we discussed it at the office, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, too bad he would have known, but can you write us? Real Myop? Aha! Every room and items are randomized.
Yeah, that's cool. We've talked about it. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it yet, but I will have to do that because it sounds awesome. Not awful, awesome.
Oh wow! Oh really? The doors as well.
That sounds awesome. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. I'll check some videos on it tomorrow. Random mode in SteamWorld Dig 2. There's something for you, Robert.
Yeah, maybe.
Exactly.
I think you could mod that, perhaps. That's impossible.
For sure.
Sounds like a mod to me, but.
Oh, nice! Thanks. Yeah, send us the video and we'll check it out tomorrow. Yes,
we'll look at it tomorrow.
Yes, we should. Sweet. Okay, so any more questions for Robert? It's your chance. Ooh. What are you gonna say to this one, Robert? Are you...
New game. I can't tell you any more than that, though.
No comment.
I'm working on new stuff, and it's fun.
That's good.
It's gonna be cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's not much,
We like.
it's much too early, so I can't say anything more.
Yeah, we want to keep our jobs. New and fun stuff, yeah,
Yep.
for sure. That's good. Yeah, so it's yeah.
Yeah.
Getting pretty late here in Sweden. I think, yeah, but the French are on the same. They're in the same time
Yeah,
zone.
they're in the same time zone. They know what's up. They know it.
Exactly. So maybe they're getting tired. Otherwise, send some questions right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's any more questions, I will
Exactly.
stay.
Yeah. We're all in the same boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Work tomorrow. It's not that late yet, right? We
No.
we could sit a bit longer.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Perhaps. Yeah, if there are no more questions, I will be at the finals, as I said. So if anyone has any questions for me, you can ask them there as well.
And bring
then I
some
will
eggs
try.
to throw on Robert when he's voting for like.
No eggs,
roasting.
please.
No.
I will try to answer in French, but it's not gonna work. But I will try. If you are a French speaker, that is. If you're an English speaker.
Aw,
For
you guys
playing
would love
the
it.
game.
Aw, thank you
It's,
guys for playing the
it's
game,
it's really humbling to watch you run the game.
for sure.
But it's
Yeah.
Team Rosie, let's go.
Yes.
Gonna need to recruit some followers before the
Yeah.
finals.
Yes. Oh wow. So your first speedrun.
Oh,
will-
cool.
okay, very nice. Yeah,
Did really well.
very well. Yes. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, yeah, it's been amazing as always. See, I could not do what you would have done. It's just brilliant to see you speedrun the game in so fast, and it's just amazing with all the jumps and everything. It's even sometimes hard even know where to look on the screen because it's all moving so fast. So a lot of fun as always, and we'll see you at the finals in
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. Yeah. So all hate for Rosie. That's funny. Okay, so I guess we're
Yeah, have a good night and
good night, everyone.
two good
Okay.
weeks until the finals.
Yes. See ya. Take care. Bye.
Bye.